Alright, we are back for another exciting daily event playing Hexproof. We won the die roll. Looks like a good hand. We have a first turn Bogle. We have the Monomorphose to fix our mana, and we need one more mana to be able to play an Armadillo Cloak. So we are up against APM239. Let's see what he's playing here. I'm suspecting Island Preordain. Island Delver Secret. Sorry, that was going to be my second guess. Might as well attack with the Bogle as we are going to play the Ledgewalker. We only need one creature here. It'd make me look foolish if he blocked and then I play the Ledgewalker and then it gets dazed, but that didn't happen. Now we wait to draw mana source number 3. Reveals Counterspell. And he plays a Cloud of Fairies. Alright, this isn't looking fantastic. We know he has Counterspell in hand. Could easily have a Spell Stutter Sprite as well. Right, we have drawn mana number 3. Now I can go for Monomorphose Armadillo Cloak, or I can go for the Aura Gnarlid. I'm worried about the Monomorphose getting Spell Stuttered. So because of that, I'm going to attack first and then play the Aura Gnarlid. That way he'll have to use Counterspell if he wants to counter it. No blocks. I will play out the Aura Gnarlid, which will probably eat a Counterspell. But we have to get this Counterspell out of his hand or we won't be able to win by trading 2 damage for 4. Alright, I can go for Monomorphose Armadillo Cloak here, or I could try the Abundant Growth. I'd rather go for the Monomorphose because if it gets Spell Stuttered, I'll still be able to play the Abundant Growth, which will mean I'll have white mana sources for the rest of the game, which might not necessarily be for that long, considering he has 4 power on the board, and if he Spell Stutters, which he does, it will be 5 power. Now all he really needs is another Spell Stutter Sprite or a Counterspell to be able to seal up this game. Alright, he doesn't block, which I was hoping he would block and trade one, just because if we killed the Spell Stutter Sprite, his fairy count would be down to 1, so another Spell Stutter Sprite would not be able to counter Armadillo Cloak. I actually hope he brings in a ninja here for the Spell Stutter Sprite. That way I know our Armadillo Cloak will resolve outside of a daze, that is. No ninja, and we are at 8. He ponders here. Well, if he doesn't play an island, we're doing fine, because we can Armadillo Cloak. Alright, he plays a phantasmal bear. We'll play Utopia Sprawl here. White. Now if he doesn't have, hopefully he does not have days. One, two, three, four, five. I'm going to hold back the Bogle to block the bear. Now I just want to ride this Ledge Walker to victory and preserve my life total as much as possible. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, I'll trade with the bear. This Bogle isn't going to be doing very much work for me. So I'll sacrifice it to gain 2 life effectively. Now he has mana open for, what, he's going to bring in a ninja? Yeah, so now he has a Spell Stutter Sprite in hand, but this means we will get to resolve both Armadillo Cloak and Ethereal Armor, and that should be enough to win. Alright, Ancestral Mask changes things here. Alright, Ancestral Mask should mean we win right here, and F6, swing in with a 16/16 Trampler, and game number 1 is ours. We're going up against Delver with Phantasmal Bear. Note if he's running the bear in place of the Spire Golem, but that is what I will be assuming. Scattershot archers will be coming in. Let's see here. So I didn't see any artifacts, whether it be Bone Splitter or Spire Golem, so I won't be bringing in Gleeful Sabotage. Part of me wants to bring Savage Punch. I swapped that in for the Prey Upon because I wanted to try it out as far as the +2/+2 goes. Alright, so now I have brought in archers. He should be taking out any snaps that he has. So, Hex won't be one, but he might not take out the snaps. Take out 2 Bogles. And what else do we not want? He's probably bringing in Echoing Truth, so in that case I'll take out 1 Bogle. Actually, the Bogles don't matter. He can't target them, he can only target the enchantments. And 1 more card to take out here. I'll be in Aura Gnarlid. I'll try the Savage Punch. Now what to take out for the Savage Punch? How about one more knowledge? And click submit. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand. It is a 1-lander, but it will have a first turn archer, which should be very good against him. And then it will have abundant growth, which will help draw us into land number 2. And it has 2 monomorphos, which can also cycle. 3 cards here will draw us a card. Alright, we did draw land number 2 right off the bat. So the Scattershot Archer will slow our opponent down. My land, I'm just going to play an abundant growth right now as opposed to playing a ledge walker into what could be a counterspell. Alright, he does not know what Scattershot Archer does. And this is what Scattershot Archer does. Hopefully I draw a Bogle. Ancestral Mask, that's fairly decent. If I get one more mana, I'll be able to start casting the mask, and if I resolve one of them, it will do absolutely nothing, but oh no, we already have an enchantment on the battlefield, so. Do I think this guy would be playing Exclude? I wouldn't think a version that plays Phantasmal Bear would also play Exclude. Alright, so we draw a Scout. I think he's probably holding up some form of counterspell, so I'd rather play the Scout as opposed to the Ledge Walker. And it eats a counterspell. Now I could Rancor my Archer and begin attacking with that, but do I want to Rancor the Archer and attack? I'd say I do, but I'm not going to. I'll just save him just to shoot down fairies. Alright, and he does have the Spire Golem. Alright, well, we did not bring in anything particular to deal with that. Boomerang targeting my forest. So now we will lose our aura that we had on the battlefield. I will play Glade Cover Scout and a Rancor here. Probably should have played one of the Monomorphos just to draw a card. Well, if we do draw another land and get Ancestral Mask in play, it will give +2/+2, but we have to keep in mind our opponent is playing Boomerang, so he could Boomerang the Rancor back to my hand, and then Ancestral Mask will give +0/+0. Ponder, Ponder. Ponder is a great dirtling card. Alright, so he holds his Fire Golem back and he's holding up Counterspell. We draw Monomorphose number 3. So let's just start cycling Monomorphoses here. Maybe he'll throw out a Counterspell on one of them. And he throws out Deprive. Alright, now I could attack with the Glade Cover Scout and then, if he blocks, use the Archer. But I don't have any other hexproof creatures in play, and if he could just keep countering my other creatures, I won't have any pressure at all. So I'll wait until I can just try and build up one nice silver bullet. Alright, so our opponent has 3 cards in hand, 4 islands, and a Spiral, and now he's going to go for a cruise. Oh, it is painful when your opponent gets to play a draw 3, but now he has 5 cards in hand. I'm pretty sure at least one of them is going to be another form of counterspell. Delver of Secrets, while holding up Counterspell or Deprive. And then Gush. He's drawn 5 extra cards this turn. Alright. Monomorphose. Counterspell. Well, I'm happy he's using his counters on preventing me from drawing a card, because now I already have the Ancestral Mask in my hand, and I have the mana to be able to cast him. He does have plenty of cards in his hand, but if I resolve one Ancestral Mask, it will be pretty significant in that this Glade Cover Scout will be a Reveals Ponder, a 5/3 which can attack into the Spire Golem. So I'm assuming this Delver is going on the offense. Maybe now we should just call it the Insect Aberration. Alright, he's still holding up counter magic. The Delver goes on the offense. But it is turn 7, and now we're going down to 17. He's still at 20, and we draw another Ledgewalker. I want to run out another Monomorphose. This one resolves. Go white and green. Or green and white. Draw Monomorphose number 4. This one I think I won't cast because we have no source for white mana now that he boomeranged that land to our hand. Ancestral Mask resolves. Now it's, do I think he has another boomerang in hand? If he boomerangs Rancor, we are toast. It will be a 1/1. How many boomerangs would he even be playing? And if it resolved, what is the likelihood that he was just holding up 2 nothings in his hand. I know at least one card in his hand is an island from when he gushed. And how bad is it to wait until next turn to cast Ancestral Mask #2, and then we could still get blown out by an Echoing Truth, but we haven't seen that yet. I think I'll still hold back another turn here. I'll just see if I can resolve Ancestral Mask #2. And maybe he'll even use up a Boomerang right here for some reason. Oh, he drops in a Spellstutter Sprite, which I don't exactly understand why he would do that. The fact that he's attacking with a Spire Golem tells me that he does not have another way to bounce my enchantments because he wants to go on the offense ASAP, and he's going to bring in a Ninja. Or he can bring in the Ninja and draw a card, then play the Spire Golem again. This means this Ancestral Mask will resolve. He's probably dropping in that Spellstutter Sprite to see if he could sneak it in, but he's showing he doesn't exactly understand what Scattershot Archer does. Utopia Sprawl. That is a very good draw. It means now we have a source for white mana again, and it means the Ancestral Mask will give even more of a bonus. I'll have this plant token back to chump block the Ninja, save us 2 life, and prevent him from drawing a card. We're at 12, swinging with a 15-13 trample. He blocks to save 4 life, but that still doesn't change the clock. It's still going to be more or less a 2-turn clock because he's taking 11. Even if he blocks with both these creatures, this is lethal. And he's going to cruise again. Echoing Truth would be great for him. If he could cast that on Ancestral Mask, he would be golden. He would turn a 15-13 trample into a 3-1 trample. Lots of card drawing going on my opponent's side. He has outdrawn us by 12 cards. Round 1 in the books. I definitely think Hexproof is very good against Delver because a lot of the threats that you play are 1-drops, so you can get your threat out very quickly, and then you just have to wait until you can resolve some auras. You have plenty of them in the deck, so if they counter some of them, that's fine. You just wait until you can resolve some auras, and then you start smashing their face, and you should be able to beat their clock. So round 1 is in the books. See you for round 2.